Couple of follow-up questions to what we were talking about this morning. One, with regard to the female employee in Dr. Sismanic's office who you talked to during the conversations that you described. First of all, am I correct in assuming it's the same woman throughout the course of those conversations?
Yes, it was.
Did you meet anyone else in Dr. Sismanic's office on either the 2nd of August or the 4th of August?
No, I did not.
Can you describe the female receptionist who you did have these conversations with?
A small woman. I don't think she was very tall, probably 5'6", 5'7", something to that effect. I'm not really too sure of much beyond that point, I don't think.
Do you have any memory of her hair color?
It seems to me it was a light-colored hair, but I don't know specifically.
Do you have any memory of her approximate age? Was she a woman in her 20s or 30s, or was she a woman in her 50s or 60s?
I'm afraid I'm not very good on age with women, but I would assume it was probably in her early 30s.
Was she heavy or light of build?
She's light structure.
Did she speak with any accent?
Not that I remember.
Do you recall anything of her skin coloring? Was she light or dark?
She was Caucasian.
Have you ever learned any information from then till now to indicate what you believe that woman's name to be?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I was told at one point that Dr. Sismanic's wife was a receptionist there, but I don't know if that was her or not.
Has anyone else suggested to you what this woman's name might be?
No.
The document that we previously marked as Exhibit C, which you identified as a copy of the document which you filled out and signed when you were in Dr. Sismanic's office on August 4, when you left the office on August 4, after you had these conversations with the woman, did you take the document with you?
Yes, I did.
Now, you indicated in answer to a question I asked you this morning that you did not have, and presumably didn't know the whereabouts of the original document that was filled out in your hand and signed by you with your own handwriting on it.
That's correct.
Okay. Do you know what happened to that document?
It was misplaced. I'm not certain how it was misplaced or where it was misplaced at.
Am I correct in assuming that some time before it was misplaced, you or someone at your direction made a Xerox copy of it?
That is correct.
Who made the copy, to your memory?
One of Tim Postotnik's associates.
Am I correct that at some point in time you turned over the original document to one of Mr. Postotnik's associates or people working in his office?
That is correct.
And you have not seen that document since the time it was turned over?
I'm not sure whether it was given back to me or not. I do know that there was copies made at that point. I don't know if they were given back. The original was given back to me or not.
But
I don't remember it coming back to me.
Okay. But you are certain that the document which we've marked as Exhibit C is a correct copy of the original?
That is correct.
Why did you take the document with you that you'd filled out in their office?
I didn't want to leave any record of my being in his office at that point.
Why?
I was very upset with Dr. Sismanic at that point, and I didn't want to leave anything there.
Did the female employee engage you in any conversation about why you were taking the document with you? In other words, did she say, stop, you can't take that, or why are you taking that, or give that back to me, or anything of that nature?
I don't remember her saying anything to that effect, no.
Did you say anything to her like, I'm taking this document with me,
I believe I did say that.
as you were leaving?
That is correct.
And you don't recall her protesting in any regard?
No, I don't.
Where did you go when you left Dr. Sismanic's office?
I returned to my office.
At the DMV?
That is correct.
And did you work the remainder of your shift that afternoon?
Actually, no, I did not.
What did you do when you got back to the office?
I got back to the office and I spoke with Laura Guadalupe.
What did you tell Miss Guadalupe?
I told Ms. Guadalupe that I was refused treatment at Dr. Sismanic's office and that I was very upset and that I didn't think I could work out the remainder of my shift and that I preferred to go home.
And what did Miss Guadalupe say?
Ms. Guadalupe expressed surprise and was compassionate with me and told me that I should go home.
Were you in such physical pain that afternoon that you were unable to continue your work activities?
No.
Your desire to go home and not work was based on your being upset, is that correct?
That is correct.
After you went, did you go directly home then after you left your place of employment?
That is correct.
How long were you at your office at the DMV after you left Dr. Sismanic?
Probably a half hour.
How did you get home?
I walked.
At that time, were you living up on 32nd Street?
That is correct.
And was that walking distance from the Normal Street office?
It's a good jaunt, but it is walking distance.
It seemed to me it was probably a good jaunt. Is that what, like about a half an hour walk?
I would suspect.
Okay. Did you stop anywhere along the way, or did you walk directly home?
As far as I remember, I went home directly.
Had you walked into the office that morning?
No, I did not.
How did you get to the office that morning?
Mr. DeBelka dropped me off.
Was that your normal? What was your normal habit with respect to going and coming from your office?
I was always dropped off by Mr. DeBelka. He dropped me off at work while he was going to work.
Okay, and then what about going home in the
And
afternoon?
then usually he would pick me up.
But this afternoon you walked home.
That's correct.
What was your physical condition upon your arrival at home that afternoon?
I was agitated. I had a headache. I was depressed. Withdrawn. I didn't really want to speak to anyone else.
I'm sorry, Madam Reporter, can you read the answer back to me?
Answer, I was agitated, I had a headache, I was depressed, withdrawn. I didn't really want to speak to anyone else.
Any other physical impairments or physical discomfort upon your arrival home other than the headache that you just mentioned?
My back was still sore.
About the same as it had been early in the day?
I don't think it was quite as noticeable.
Did you contact anyone that afternoon or evening while you were at home?
By that, do you mean I made phone calls or anything to that effect? No.
Well, phone calls or go out and visit anyone?
No, I did not.
Your roommate returned home that afternoon,
That's correct.
and I assume you discussed with him the events of the day?
Yes, I did.
When did you first contact any healthcare provider? And by that I mean any other chiropractor, any physician, any psychologist or psychiatrist, or any other healthcare provider?